Freaking pumped on this. I was not expecting this. She is filthy. That hurt, man. What's going on, guys? We have a bit of a special video. Anytime we get something new for the bike, it's pretty special. It's fun to do a little bit of bike work, but we have a special piece coming in today that I've been meaning to get since I got the bike, and I was informed of this. So stay tuned for what it is, but I'm excited because I'm not gonna be paranoid riding anymore, and I'm just gonna be compliant overall. So pretty excited about this. As you can see, she is dirty, man. We went on a ride on Friday. A nice, chill, flowy desert ride, super fun, lots of flowy uphills, downhills, nice berms, different things like that. Realized that I'm definitely not a fast rider whatsoever. Also, my gas light came in, as you guys can see. We had fun with all the dirt, and there's hero dirt up in the higher elevations, but my gas light turned on at about, I wanna say like 40 or something miles. We ended up riding 55 miles or so, but let's see where the gas is. You guys saw it splash. I don't really know, it's somewhere behind this shroud here, but 55 miles in, light came on and it didn't turn off on me. And there was a ton of fire road once the gas light turned on. So I'm just happy I made it back to the truck. I kind of just stopped thinking about it. I was like, if it freaking turns off on me, whatever, I'll figure it out. But I just kind of kept my speed. I was going like fourth gear, 35, maybe 40 miles top speed. I am slow. These guys were jamming. And that's just me staying within my skill level. Anyway, super excited for this part. And I'm gonna show you guys like the whole process and whatnot. That's what's gonna be on the kind of list for the week. All right, bad boy came in. Go ahead and see what it is. Hyped on this. Your boy has been riding dirty for way too long. Thanks. Messing around at FMF, baby. There we go. Turbine Core, baby. 2.1. Believe I got the black one. Freaking pumped on this. Spark arrestor, United States Forest Service approved. Let's freaking go. Idling fine now. My idle's definitely down, dude. Gaslight. Oh yeah, this already, idle-wise, I can tell is a lot better, but drying it off, giving you guys a quick little spin around the block. Turn around here. I don't really feel like getting her all dirty. I'm not wearing boots though. Let's see how that idle is. Complete stop. Even on the trail, it would just die on me sometimes. With the idle right now, sounds fine to me. I'm also gonna keep that same startup process. Today I didn't need the cold start, but I'm just gonna keep doing that. Kind of nerve-wracking adjusting that idle screw and then also replacing a spark plug. I just hope I don't foul anything. I might not go on a big long ride tomorrow. I might just keep it mellow, just around like a local, you know, OHV place that our family's gonna be at tomorrow. So I'm just gonna do that. And if it does good, then boom, I'll be good for those bigger trail rides. So gonna hold off tomorrow. Now, off to more bike work. Phew. Tricky. What do we think? Is that idle good? Sounds to be idling fine to me. First step of the bike work we're doing, other than the wash, is an oil change. I'm about 20 hours or so, so gonna go ahead and do this oil change. Also, if you haven't ever picked one of these up, put it on its side, screw this into where the drain bolt goes, and then tip it back over, and then remove the plug up here, and it'll drain. Awesome. So quick little tip, that hose is kind of expensive, but it's freaking worth it. And by expensive, I'm talking like 20 bucks. Insane. Kind of a steal, but worth it. So it's definitely pointing at the wrong bolt earlier. That's for the frame and the motor. Definitely the wrong one, but that's the one you want. And then, look how black that is. Not terrible, but I guess we'll see right now, right? Still pretty clear, honestly, not terrible. All right, so spark plug coming out, seat coming out. This is just an 8mm bolt. This whole deal comes out, and then I'm just gonna do these 2 bolts in here, just 8mm right there, boom, boom, 8mm. And I'm gonna try to keep the shrouds on and then just lift the tank up, do the spark plug. I'll show you guys that, but this is the main one you guys gotta get so you guys can move the tank. All right, so once those bolts are out, just move this up a little bit, move this up a little bit. It'll stay propped. Just, you know, be careful putting it back on. But here is the spark plug. Included tool pack. It says it's a 21. It's included in the Husky tool pack. Pop this little cap deal off right here. It goes on top of the spark plug. If you guys can see it, it just goes on top. But should be good to go here. Oh, just unscrew it. Gonna unscrew it and see what we're working with. 67 hours on this stock plug. You guys saw my startup process, so let's see. Moment of truth on this pluggaroo. This is the first time ever changing a spark plug on a dirt bike too, so cool to knock it out at home. Damn, she was black, man. Dang. Look at that. She was filthy. Sheesh. Anyways, I'm gonna throw the new one on. So everything's back on. Literally just these 2 shroud bolts that I showed you guys earlier. This main bolt, and then from there you guys can literally just like lift it up. Don't have to mess with these, don't have to mess with these because they're a pain in the butt. They're like 6mm. No one carries that. Luckily all the tools you'll carry with you in that little pouch. So just an 8mm for everything pretty much, and then a 21 for the actual spark plug, which, you know, just use that wrench. So popped it off and then popped it back on. Super easy. So that's the spark plug. Next is the pipe. All right, guys, so working on the pipe now. I don't think you need to take all this off. You can probably just get it off, you know, just by unscrewing these 2 bolts, which you definitely can. That's what I'm finding out right now. You don't want to jack up this plastic piece. This is under this tail piece, which is kind of whack. So anyways, just gonna get this off. I already did the screws here. It's just an 8mm and then Torx down there. You don't even need to undo that one, but it's gonna be a pain in the butt to get this back on. So the plastic parts at least. But we'll be able to do it. I'm glad I didn't jack it up and break it because this is under this and I don't know how the hell to take that off. To be 100% honest, to get the pipe, we got this fresh FMF as you guys saw earlier. So let's just pop this bad boy open. Don't think we're gonna get new hardware in here. Literally just some stickers, 3 stickers. They're kind of generous with it. And then beautiful freaking pipe, man. It's not even black. I thought it was black. It's like titanium. But wow, I was expecting a black spark arrestor and it's not. I was expecting a completely black Turbine Core 2.1 American made FMF spark arrestor. You guys can see here, I was not expecting this. Turbine Core 2.1. I could have swore it came in black. Anyways, let's pop off the old one. Now that the screws are off, as you guys can see here, boom, it just slips off like that. Believe all this stuff, you're just gonna reuse it. So, and then popped through. There we go. First spark arrestor that I've done, but basically just taking the hardware off the old one, including these little like O-ring things almost. Never mind, I guess that's what you're supposed to do. Check that out. Take it off the old one, put it on the new one. It fits pretty dang snug. Give you guys an example of that. So that's how it is on the stock. Just gonna pop this off and then pop the rubber piece off. It's the same deal. So definitely just wanna keep that. And then obviously this, taking this off. It's all on here. Hardware, this bad boy. Again, I was not expecting this like blue stuff. Is it titanium? Turbine core. I don't know how I feel about it. It looks pretty sick, but I was expecting a black one, man. I'm not even gonna lie. So the fact that we got this, maybe it'll turn black. I don't freaking know. It's pretty much the same deal, right? Just a little shorter. I don't know. Pretty sure FMF makes those anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead, pop her on, literally just boom. Easy as that. Sheesh, I'm not gonna lie, that looks freaking clean. Look at that, even though it's not black. This one was freaking on there so tight. Yep, she on there. All right, next thing is the grips. Let's go. It goes on, right? Yep, it's on there. Just pop the seat on. I need as many inches as I can get to dab when I need to. So literally just straight plastic. I'm not sitting very often. To be honest, guys, like when I am, it's not uncomfortable. Works for me, man. See what she sounds like. New exhaust works. Let's give you guys a little. That didn't do it justice. Like, I need to do it outside of my garage. That's the exhaust, man. Looks pretty nice. Next up, these ODI half waffle V2 lock-on grips. Gonna run gray, currently black. Should look pretty sweet, man. Gray. This ended up coming out blue, man. Super simple install on the grips. Just complaint, man. These stock ODI bars came with this freaking pattern. I don't know, some Torx, dude. Ridiculous, man. Just freaking make it simple and come with the universal stuff that everyone's used to. Bars are fairly clean, so yeah, no issues there. Pop this on. There we go. The one that's gonna be tricky is the throttle cam side. These feel definitely different. All right. So I'm using the same throttle cam as the stock one. I literally just took it off. Stock grip here, just took it off because the 2-stroke cams that come with these ODI grips, I don't know, maybe I'm doing it wrong, only have one little notch here. The 4-stroke ones are the ones that have the double notch. So I don't know, leave a comment below. I'm keeping them just in case. So in case I did it wrong, just let me know, but I'm just reusing the throttle cam from my last pair. All right, let's throw these bad boys on. Throttle cam, it's a little different on these new TBIs. I'm pretty sure I'm just running the stock. Boys, back on, super easy. Shout out Dirt Bike channel. Back on. Nice and snappy, not getting stuck. Looks pretty freaking sweet so far. Exhaust, grips. Give you guys a better picture tomorrow. Let's go. All right, guys, current setup now. It is the next day. First time trying out the new idle speed, the new plug, and this new FMF. So let's go ahead and start it up and see what it sounds like. So let's see, first try, no choke on. About 75 degrees out here, fired up, first try. I'm gonna go ahead and get my helmet on and just go about my normal warm up. So my normal process is pretty much just let it warm up for like 1 minute and then start it up. So let's go ahead and throw the helmet on, do the normal procedure. I'm gonna take you guys with me on this first test ride. So hopefully everything goes good. Let's go. All right, so normal startup. That's without the choke. As you guys can see down here, choke is not pushed in. I'm gonna wait about 1 minute and slowly take off. We should be good to go on that side. So that's been my normal procedure. Normally I've been doing the choke though, not gonna lie. So that's the only thing. I'm not doing the choke today. So, I mean, it's pretty warm. I don't feel like I need it. And I set the new idle speed, so that should be pretty good. All right, I think we're good. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off here. It's warming up here still. The exhaust sounds decent.
I don't really notice a difference in the sound of the exhaust. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Supposed to silence it, didn't silence it, which I don't really care about. I don't care about the noise and stuff. So. Come to a stop. All right, guys, so the more that I ride it just now, I feel like I can actually tell a difference in the sound of it. Definitely sounds a little more deep and a little more aggressive. Let's see the idle right now still. First gear idle. You guys tell me, is this too high? Is it too low? This is the idle right now. Keep in mind, it is a warm day, so I ride in the mountains. Maybe that's kind of why my idle was down, so I guess we'll see. No issues with the idle so far, so. Pretty pumped. The new grips feel good. They feel thin, which I don't know why my other ones are so thick. Maybe for comfort, who knows. But these are thin. Little thin bars. Running about 10 and 11 PSI. I want to say 10 in the rear, 11 in the front. It's made a big difference, I've noticed, on my, hill climbs. These grips, it feels like I'm gripping my bike grips, my mountain bike. It's poppy. I like it. I'm literally just going down random little roads that I find, side-by-side trails. It's an OHV park. If you guys are in SoCal, you guys know this place. People come from all over for the hill climbs and whatnot. Not even these, there's massive ones. But that's what this place is known for. Alright guys, that was third gear. I feel like it is a little more aggressive and powerful. I don't know. I don't even have it in my head that I'm supposed to get power gains from this thing, but it just kind of felt like that right now. I don't know. Maybe a combination of the new plug, the new exhaust. Who knows? Do another one. We'll check on the splooge. Yeah, definitely sounds a little more deep and aggressive, and definitely feels a little more just like strong. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know, you guys tell me in the comments. Let's check the splooge. Wow, absolutely clean. Super dry. That's a start, man. We'll see. We've only been riding about, I want to say 10-15 minutes, but I feel like already I would have been leaking a little bit. Take the idle down just a tad, just because I feel like it is a little, on the top side. And maybe it's because it's warm, so maybe that's also why. But I also live in colder places, so I will be riding, again, a little bit colder temperatures still, because it's supposed to cool back down. So I'll definitely still be testing out the idle in the cold temps. So taking it down just a notch will be good on the idle. Maybe it was perfect right where I left it, because it turned on right away. Doesn't sound like it's too much, like too high. It does sound kind of a little weak at times, like one or two little tiny little weak sputters, but I think that's going to be probably the money spot. Honestly, I feel like where I had it was just to turn it down a tiny tad would have been perfect, but this will be good. Again, testing it in the colder temps, so we'll see how it does there. Did all right. Sat down and kind of turned. I normally stand while going up stuff, but I've noticed sometimes sitting helps, and then also standing. So next up on my beginner trail riding enduro learning tutorial is climbing while standing and sitting. gear that is, but that was crazy. Holy moly. That felt so powerful and aggressive, dude. Holy moly. That was at least, I want to say third, man. The shifting in these Alpine Star Tech Enduros, man. Alpine Star Tech 7 Enduro. I can't get it down yet, man. So hard. Just not used to it. And I've had these boots for coming up on a year now. Standing up, at least, it's tough for me to shift. On this Joshua tree. Let's check the splooge. Well, that's it so far. And I don't even think that's splooged. I think that's just like chain degrease and the lube. Overall, not bad. All right, guys, in this little valley right now, and I'll tell you what, this thing's freaking screaming and barking. Definitely notice the power gains. Again, probably from the stock plug. I don't know, I did a variety of things you guys saw, but I feel like the exhaust definitely helped out. It just feels more just, man, just pulling. In third gear, I notice it a ton, and second gear feels so aggressive too. Maybe it's a warm day too, I don't know. This is just stuff that a newbie goes through, not really knowing anything, but I feel like it's definitely the exhaust. Like, I definitely feel a difference power delivery wise and just power wise. And then also, man, in this little canyon, it's a little louder, I want to say, rather than silencing it, and it just sounds a little deeper, a little more aggressive. I freaking like it, man. I am pumped on it. So let's go ahead and start it up in here in this little valley that I found. So it's gonna be fun to ride out of, kind of sandy, which always sucks. Again, splooge check. I don't really think this is splooge. I want to say this is all out here just bounced from the stuff, you know, the chain, but who knows? Who knows? So far, so good. Again, let's go ahead and try to get out of here. Should be pretty fun. This is the type of stuff I like to do when I'm alone, just like little things like this where I can practice. As you guys can just hear the idle. That was fun. Just crawling up it, man. So fun. Oh, shoot. Oh, not a good place to stall. Oh, gosh. Crank. Guess we'll just go down into here as soon as I can get off. I could have definitely done this with speed. I just, you know, riding blind, you don't really know what's ahead. So those are the cons. Definitely could have just done it with speed, but then I would have had to jump and then sig in first gear and just lug our way through this. You guys freaking hear this thing? Stay in here. Freaking tractor, man. I want to get back in there, man. That's fun. This will really test our splooge capabilities. That was epic. That was freaking epic. Yeah, man. Nothing out of the ordinary, dude. Go back in there, honestly, and just practice that. That's awesome little find. I know I'm off trail, but it looks like it was just like an eroded trail, or maybe just kind of just like an eroded piece, you know? It's an eroded section, and people turned it into a trail. Kind of, but not really. I mean, I'm riding it as a trail. That's what I was. It's freaking cool, man. And you guys saw just like the luggability and just tractorness, man. There was times where I didn't have to be on the clutch, and that just goes to show the idle speed set it at a good level, man. 'Cause I'm surprised I did not have to do that. You can't tell me that doesn't sound different. See what we can do here. White map, first gear. That hurt, man. I am so tired from that. Holy moly. And it's hot out here. I'm not used to the heat. Let's go back to the truck, see what we're at splooge wise. Whew. Not bad. Just gonna go ahead and monitor it over the next few days, but I feel like we solved that problem. That's kind of the update on the FMF Turbine Core, man. It's a little warm. That's pretty much all the riding I'm doing today. Taking it pretty easy because kind of warm out here. Super sore from yesterday and the week. So that's gonna be the ride for today. Catch you guys back at the house. Cheers, guys. Had a good ride. Oh, man, that hits. Let's go.